Dante didn't see anymore as his Judy scooped him up and easily toted him over to the changing table. Once again, the changing table's paralysis properties were in full effect now that Dante had his grown mind back. He could only lay there as the Judy stripped him, wiped him, powdered him, and pulled a fresh diaper up between his legs and fastened it. A red onacy was pulled over his head and he was laid back down so the Judy could snap it shut. Matching red socks found their way onto his feet. But the dressing didn't stop there. The Judy pulled a pair of denim shortals onto him and fastened them on too. That was a little weird. The Judys were usually super efficient when it came to dressing the babies. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with dressing him in a onacy and shortals. Both garments had crotch snaps for easy access, but the Judys typically never left more than a layer of clothing between them and a diaper. Now, when being changed, any Judy would have to go through 2 layers of clothing and then a thick baby diaper before they could get to his. Ha ha ha. Holy crap. The Judy hadn't forgotten his and Lisa's little wrestling match from yesterday. In their overwhelming joy, they had started giggling and rolling around on the floor, coupled with a series of kisses. Even babies could become sexually aroused on some level though, and so both had started thrusting their hips into each other in the heat of their passion. Now the Judy was putting more layers of clothing to between them. No doubt Lisa had noticed she was put in a onacy as well. So between the thick diapers, onacies, and shortals, there were a total of 6 layers of clothing separating their genitals. As if either of them could remember how to dress themselves. It was actually kind of funny the lengths that were being taken. Dante was deposited back in the same crib with Lisa and Midori. She chuckled and shook her head, looking down at the floor. Evidently she had figured the wardrobe change out too. Okay babies, Judy looked at them. Be good while Mama Judy goes and helps set up the breakfast area. We'll get you some num-nums in your tum-tums in no time. She gave a slight warning look as she walked away. It wasn't anything too horrible, about the same intensity that a doting mother would give to a mischievous child with a propensity for cookie stealing. Hey, Dante said to Lisa. He smiled bashfully, his eyes darting from side to side. Hey, she said back, just as awkwardly. It was very awkward. Still wonderful, though. The morning after was always the problem. After you've had the greatest day with someone in your existence, what do? Duh. You make today even better. Dante made the first move and pecked Lisa on the lips before she could react. Lisa's lips disappeared instantly, embarrassed. Then she reciprocated with a peck of her own. 2 pecks actually, one on the lips and a second one on the nose, like she was dotting an I. They hugged each other and laughed, giggled really. Both were still reeling in a giddy feeling of victory. Their laughs became louder as Midori, feeling left out, joined the group hug and squeezed tighter than either of them had, babbling nonsensically. Love you too, Dory, they both said in unison. Breakfast and bottles came and went, though the two couldn't take their eyes off of each other. Dante's eyes glazed over as he was burped and placed in the playpen with his friends. They all rolled around on the floor together, taking turns. Soon he'd wet and Mama Judy would change him when he got cold and icky. It was so much fun. Dante gurgled as he kicked his legs in the air and saw his red socks. He wondered what the sock would taste like if he could only fit it in his mouth. Wait. From his haze, Dante's rational mind poked forward. Like a drunk who just realized how bad off he really was, Dante forced himself to wake up. He was still under the effects of the milk of human kindness flowing through him, only now he consciously realized. Having only too recently been stuck as this state, Dante wanted no part of it at present. He looked up at the ceiling, he needed to focus on something long enough to come all the way back to his adult mind. Purple haze came into his brain. Purple haze, something right, Dante mumbled. Don't know if it's day or night. Come on. Power through it. I'm going crazy, and I don't know why. 'Scuse me, while I kiss this guy, I mean the sky. It was working. It was working. Dante celebrated as he sucked on his thumb and goo-gooed in triumph. Nope, wait. He was wrong. Dante shook himself again. He couldn't let himself drift too much in this state. Even now he was too afraid of regressing. He had to gain control. Then he saw Lisa, her chin down on the floor while her butt was in the air. She swayed as if drunk. 2. Lysa. He focused on her. Even if she didn't realize it, she could be anything that she wanted. Bitch, mentor, friend, survivor, conwoman, savior, lover. She had limitless potential and she didn't even seem to know it. New words sprang forth from Dante's lips. I am he as you are me, and we are all together. Man, you been a naughty boy, you let your face grow long. Even abridged, he could feel himself rising to the surface above the milk again. I am the Eggman. Ooh. Midori cooed. They are the Eggmen. Ooh. Lysa echoed. I am the Walrus. Goo goo jujube. There. Dante was himself again. With Lysa as his muse, and the songs in his brain as his conduit, Dante easily came out of his haze. He was sober, again. Check that. He was just tripping on a better drug cocktail. His mind cleared to the sounds of scattered claps coming from Lysa and Midori. Pwetty. Lysa cheered while using her entire arms to clap, fine motor skills not being high on her priority list right then. Blaggagag. Midori agreed. Oh yeah. Just because he wasn't forced to act like a baby, right now, didn't mean it had worn off on Lysa. Oh well. She'd come down soon enough.